send things over to you.
Thanks, Matt. Well, this time of year can be stressful enough if you're staying home for the holidays, but what if your plans involve travel? Sally Black, Mom Executive Officer of Vacationkids.com, the family travel website, is joining me in the studio this morning to talk about how to avoid holiday headaches at the airport. Dun, dun, dun. Sally, good morning.
Good morning,
Thanks so much for being with us. Let's first talk deals. You know, everybody thinking about money right now. Are there any deals to be had out there right now, or is it too late?
No, you can find some good deals out there. There's a couple of things. You have to be open to adventure. Okay. You also have to be flexible in your time and dates of travel. The tricky business is getting everything availability to line up. You might find a cruise that's a real steal, but try to find air flights to get down to port. So this is a good time. Call your friendly travel agent because they have a lot of insider tips, charter flights, things you won't find online.
Okay, and of course, do it now, right? The sooner the better?
Sooner the better.
Okay, and of course, a lot of folks who will be heading to the airport this holiday season will be traveling with presents that can add to some of the headaches at the airport.
Oy,
yes.
oy, oy.
What's the most common mistake that you see, Sally?
The most common thing is if you must travel with Christmas presents, do not wrap any Christmas, holiday, Hanukkah presents whatsoever. Because when you get to airport security, chances are the security guard's going to make you unwrap them, takes more time, people are going to be frustrated. If at all possible, have Santa deliver your presents, but if he's not available, UPS and FedEx or DHL are. So ship them ahead whenever possible.
Okay, and how about, you know, if you do have to pack them? Let's talk a little bit about luggage. Is every bag going to cost you now?
A lot of the major airlines now are initiating fees for any checked luggage. $15 one way, so prices can add up. Yeah. Smart thing, do your homework. Go to airline websites because these rules change all the time. They're always in flux. Check and see, because if you pack more than 50 pounds in a bag, you can be charged $150 for that suitcase to go with you on the plane.
Wow, so that's another advantage to shipping some of those gifts, right? So you keep your poundage down.
Exactly.
And let's talk a little bit about liquids. This seems basic, but it's something that people always forget.
People always forget. There's a rule for security now. It's called the 3-1-1 rule.
Okay, what's that?
I bought props.
Oh, okay, good. Nice
I just came back from a trip. This was my bag. Okay. The 3-1-1 rule means that all of your liquids have to be in containers smaller than 3 ounces. They have to be in 1 quart Ziploc bag. Okay, not a gallon size, a quart size Ziploc bag, and 1 per person. And you have to take these out at airport security and show them as you go through the x-ray.
Okay, only 1 per person.
Yeah.
Oh, yikes.
So ladies, all your cosmetics, everything, 1 bag.
Or else you have to put them in your suitcase,
or else they have to be checked.
Okay, yeah, I like to think that I'm an expert traveler, but I always forget about like the bottle of water in my purse
or the lipstick in the bottom of your bag.
Yeah. And another thing, you know, there are certain items that you say, Sally, that folks tend to forget about during the holiday season that, you know, qualify as liquids.
Gifts like wine or perfume, that all is still contained in the 3-1-1 rule.
Okay.
So again, another good reason, ship them ahead.
Okay. And batteries, a new rule out this year, right?
January 2008, you can't pack any batteries in your checked luggage. Any lithium batteries, you know, extra batteries that you might be taking for toy gifts or electronics, you have to keep in your carry-on bag.
Okay, so what's your best advice to kind of keep things stress-free at the airport?
There's an old adage in the travel business that says pack half the amount of items you thought and bring twice the amount of money. So I think this really works well at the holidays. Bring your money with you. When you get to destination, do your shopping there. It'll be much less stressful, and chances are you'll be able to get some good last-minute deals, too.
Yeah, maybe save you some money on those luggage
return airplane
fees.
tickets.
Yeah, exactly. Sally, great advice. Thank you. Coming up in just a couple of minutes, we'll talk about some tips as to how you can navigate around the airport, and also Sally will give us some advice on how you can save money at the airport this holiday season. First, a holiday greeting from one of our local heroes serving overseas. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Master Sergeant James Nasto, currently stationed in Manas Air Base, Kyrgyzstan. I'd like to say hi to my father and brother and sister, Pennsylvania, Bethlehem. Hope you guys are doing well. Love you and miss you. Have a happy holidays, and we'll see you next year.
Well, we're talking travel tips this morning, and from the kids to the luggage, the gifts, and the long lines, it can be pretty hectic at the airport. Sally Black, Mom Executive Officer of Vacationkids.com, the family travel website, is here to offer some advice on how to stay stress-free and even how to save some money this holiday season. Welcome back, Sally.
Thanks, Eve.
So let's talk a little bit about navigating around the airport. You already gave us great advice on what to pack, presents, and, well, not to pack presents.
Try not to pack presents.
Ship
yes.
those presents if you can, and some luggage tips. But what about when it comes to navigating around the airport?
Simple thing to do is go online or check your PDA, get a map of the airport, because you'd be surprised, especially if you're passing through or connecting through airports that maybe you're not local to, you're not familiar with. There's some great things at the airport that's available to you. Playgrounds for kids, restaurants, shopping. You can even stop and schedule a nail appointment or have a massage in the airport.
Those little spas at the airport now. How nice. Okay, well, that's a great thing. What about parking and transportation?
Just like we mentioned before about planning ahead, doing your homework, make your parking reservations ahead of time, because Christmas week is one of the busiest weeks at the airport, holiday, December holiday time. So a lot of times you'll get there and the parking lots are full. So make reservations with some of the off-site parking. Sometimes you can save money that way. There's even park and stay packages at the some of the airport hotels. If you have an early morning flight, this includes your parking for a week and a room the night before you leave. And these hotels offer shuttle buses, and a lot of times it's only like $20, $30 more than it would be if you just parked your car in the economy lot. So it's a good way to save and less stress and headaches.
Yeah, sometimes it's worth a couple extra bucks and no
Save
stress.
your frustration.
Right? Yeah,
exactly.
especially if you're traveling with kids around the holidays. And planning ahead seems to be the common theme of the morning, Sally. It's really important to make time.
Don't wait till the last minute.
Yeah.
And when you plan to go to the airport, I know people really don't like waiting, but there's going to be a lot of other people there waiting. So give yourself extra time getting to the airport, especially during the holidays. 3 hours for domestic flights, 4 hours for international. Believe it, it's worth the stress and last minute angst if you're running to a gate to get your flight.
Now, how about lines? Every time I go to the airport, it seems that there's a new line. The gold preferred members, the platinum members, families with, lines for people with kids. How do you know where to go?
Well, a lot of things are changing as far as security check-in for passengers. Like you say, sometimes premium or elite passengers have a fast track through, which is great. But I believe it was like 40 or 48 of the major airlines in the United States now are putting through specialty lines for check-in. There's a fast track for expert travelers, the road warriors who know they got to take their laptops out and know not to wear buckles and change in their pockets.
Sure.
So they go through fast. Of course, it takes longer if you're checking families going through with babies and strollers. There's extra security checks that need to be done. So there's a separate family line and an intermediate line. So it's just like the supermarket. Look and know what you need and pick the right line.
Okay, and you mentioned the fees in our last segment, Sally. We need to be prepared for them as well, right?
Right. Actually, sometimes now you can pay an extra fee, like $25 or $50, and get a fast track through security. So you may want to consider that. But the airlines now are nickel and diming for everything. So like $2 for a bottle of water on the flight, or paying for movies if they even offer movies or food.
Oh, wow.
So some airlines only accept credit cards or debit cards when you're in the air. Others will accept like cash. So if that be the case, have small currency with you. But again, check the airline websites, give them a call ahead of time. Anything you can do to prepare ahead of time, get your boarding passes printed. Things like that will save you time and effort.
And just quickly before we go, how about those holiday delays and cancellations? How can we get back on track quickly if we run into a delay?
Well, if you run into a delay, miss a cancellation, there's going to be a lot of people in the line. Pick up your cell phone, call the 800 number for the airlines. A lot of times they can service your problems a lot quicker and easier instead of having to wait.
Okay. Sally Black, great tips as always. And if you are overwhelmed and missed any of those great tips, or if you want to just run through Sally's little checklist before you travel, visit her website, Vacationkids.com. Stay with us. We're coming right back.
The splendor, the majesty, and the sheer delight of Sight and Sound Theater's The Miracle of Christmas comes to life again this year. Elaborate decorations, delectable holiday